If you're a crypto investor in the US, this one IRS form could quietly trigger an audit in 2025 if you're not diligent with your tax filings. I'm Patrick Camuso, founder of Camuso CPA, Forbes Best-in-State CPA, and contributor to Koinly. In our latest blog that I partnered with Koinly on, we discussed Form 8949 and what investors need to know about filing this for the upcoming tax deadlines and what to really watch out for from an audit perspective when it comes to this. So I want to go over some of the points that we discussed in this article. So I'm going to share my screen here. So, I encourage everyone to check this article out. So Form 8949 is and Schedule D are the forms where cryptocurrency investors are going to use to claim any capital gains that they have to file on their taxes. Now, these forms are always important, but they are particularly important for this upcoming tax season because the 1099 DAs are going to be going out this upcoming year or for this upcoming tax season. And when you're filing your crypto activity, you're going to have to make sure that you file the 1099 DAs in your cryptocurrency activity and reconcile both appropriately for tax reporting purposes and accounting purposes in order to accurately file these forms. So they're very important. Schedule D and 8949 here that are mentioned are for capital gains reporting purposes. Schedule 1 is for when you're reporting income and other activity. So even here, as we mentioned in the article, starting in 2025, the 1099 DAs are coming out. And, this is going to make tax reporting in this form much more important and, more difficult to file as well. Something else I'll add is if you're not in compliance with Revenue Procedure 2024-28, you're already behind on that as well. And the account-based accounting requirements that this has created are directly related to Form 1099 DA. And if you haven't integrated this in your accounting, you're going to have reconciliation issues at the end of the year. So, this chart that we put together here does a great overview on, most of the tax forms that you're going to have to file related to your crypto activity. Form 8949 and Schedule D, as we mentioned, Schedule 1 for crypto income that's non-business related, and Schedule C for cryptocurrency activity that's related to business activity. Form 1099 DA, you also may get other 1099s if you are getting paid in crypto for business purposes. So, you might not get all of these forms or have to file all of these forms, but you're definitely going to need to be aware of these and need to make sure that you're in compliance with them. The biggest thing I would say is that when you're filing these forms, you need to make sure that you're reconciling them with any third-party tax reporting that you're getting related to 1099s. So you're not only filing accurately and you're not underreporting, but also you're not going to create any compliance issues related to data matching with the IRS. So this article does a great job of going into deep detail on how to report this. So, I'm not going to belabor all the details in this, but I encourage you to check this out. The biggest things that I really would say for this, though, is the 1099 DAs and the revenue procedure. And you can even see that we highlighted them down here. So there's going to be tons of compliance issues, tons of tax notices that go out once people file these forms wrong and they're mismatched against these 1099 DAs. And when people start trying to reconcile their activity to the 1099 DAs, they may quickly realize that they're not in compliance with this revenue procedure. I've covered this revenue procedure probably more than anyone else in this space. Since it first came out, I've been teaching CPE courses on it, making videos on it, articles warning everybody about it in private groups, giving presentations on it. So, this is eliminating the universal pooling method and mandating account-based tracking. So this is a huge change that you were supposed to implement as of January 1st, 2025, that I'm seeing most investors and businesses still not implemented, still not compliant with. So, these are basically two ticking time bombs. And if you're someone watching and you're not prepared for this, you want to get in compliance with this and prepared for this as soon as possible. I would encourage you to everyone to check out this article and really read it in detail, because we go into a deep level of detail on all the tax reporting considerations. If you're self-filing, definitely read it. If you're working with another CPA or tax advisor, it's still worth the read because of the level of detail. You can make sure that when you're reviewing their work, that they're not missing anything, at least at a high level. You can at least start to flag some of these questions related to the 1099 DAs and the revenue procedure 2024-28 and other considerations. So, I can't stress the importance of this enough and the level of detail that we've went through in this article. So again, I encourage everybody to watch it. Now, if you're an investor or founder and you're realizing that you are not ready for tax reporting this season with the 1099 DAs coming out, you're not in compliance with revenue procedure 2024-28, and maybe you don't even know where to start when it comes to compliance, that is what we do at Camuso CPA. And it doesn't matter if you haven't done your crypto accounting in a decade, we will reconstruct your cost basis. We will update your accounting methodology and allocate your basis to get you in compliance with this revenue procedure. And we will even get you a tax plan to make sure that your portfolio is optimized once we take you through this whole accounting cleanup and compliance assessment process. So if you need assistance with that, I'm happy to speak further with you. Visit our website at CamusoCPA.com. You can reach out to us there, and you can schedule a time to speak to me directly one-on-one about your portfolio and your taxes. Otherwise, I hope that you gain some value from this video, and I hope that you do go and check out the full article. And again, feel free to contact me afterward at CamusoCPA.com. Until next time, I'm Patrick Camuso, signing off.